Hey, awesome Fat Tuesday morning, my winners. This is John, your host here for Break the Board, where we break down the whole slate of games, MLB, NHL, NBA Finals, whatever we got going on. Of course, no NBA Finals tonight. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you click the link or subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at BCCS SPORTS. If you're ever interested in a package, 13 years in a row, 150 games over 500, John at BCCSSports.com. All right, we also like to thank our sponsor. This show is presented by Bet Online. Bet Online is your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. Bet Online is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options in your favorite casino and card games you can play right from the comfort of your own home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's capital B, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, so the Vegas Knights take a commanding 2-0 lead. Last night I gave out two plays. The Vegas Knights, winner. The Texas Rangers, winner. All right, so that puts us at 2-0 on the night. We've won 7 of our last 8 games that we've given out. So June off to a much better start here. Much better. But, yeah, so Vegas goes up 2-0. Of course, we also gave out the series bet. I gave out a series parlay. We had the 5-unit one, Nuggets minus a game and a half, Florida Panthers plus 2.5, wheeled back with a 3-unit, Vegas Knights and Denver Nuggets, both just to win the series at minus 107. Even after Vegas's win last night, it's minus $1.54. I think that's great value. I think the Nuggets get the win. This is 2-2-1-1-1. I still feel like the Nuggets win this series in 6, so I'm not worried at all. I mean, when you think about it, Denver absolutely fell apart for Miami to still only win that game by 3, and they had a shot with Jamal Murray at the end. So, I mean, this whole let Jokic score and get hit, I mean, I don't, look, unless you've coached basketball like I have for a long time, it doesn't really work like that. All right, now, you want to frustrate the guy, and there's times when to bring the double, and look, Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in basketball. Mike Malone, not very far behind. But I think the Nuggets are going to respond and answer the bell. Just like this Vegas Knights series, I'm absolutely shocked. I haven't saw the Knights ever play this good. Florida, I think the break, it just goes to show these breaks always hurt teams. Seriously, NBA, MLB, NHL, when you get series betting and a team wraps up quick, man, it just seems like the other team is not ready whatsoever. Like it's just that lull or, they're not in the rhythm they've been in. So now the Vegas Knights go up 2-0, and this game 3 in Miami Thursday night is a must-win for Florida. Right now, Florida laying $1.20, come back even money on the Vegas Knights. I mean, conventional wisdom would say the Panthers, but I don't know. We got a couple days to think about and dive in on this now, so we'll see. Running down the MLB card for today. No other big news in basketball or in the sports world other than Tyler Hero. He's working out. He may be there for game 3 tomorrow night. Still waiting to hear clarification on that. And then in the MLB, so let's hit the card today. Starting at 6:40 Eastern time, you have 3 of those going off at that time. First one, 9-5-9 in the rotation. The Minnesota Twinkies versus 9-6-0. The Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays got the win on that makeup day for the Boston Red Sox yesterday. Varland will get the call for the Twinkies. 3-1 with a 3.51, 1.15 whip, averaging 6 innings pitch. Zach Eflin is not far behind. 7-1 with a 3.3, a 1 flat whip, 6 innings pitch. Your over-under is set at 8 here. The Twins, 0-5 following a day off. So you can't give those suckers a day off. They go and they party it up. I mean, there's just liquor pouring everywhere. The over, 6-0 in the Rays' last 6 home games versus a right-handed starter. The Twins are 4-1 the last 5 meetings. The over is 24-2 in the last 26 meetings that they've had in Tampa Bay. Carlos Correa, he's still questionable. He's dealing with that heel. Lowe out indefinitely, the second baseman for the Rays. And then the other big one, Braxton Buxton, he's been battling that rib injury. He's questionable for today. Twins bring in the 19th ranked offense, but the second ranked defense. Twins pitching and defense has been outstanding. The Tampa Bay Rays, second in offense, third in defense. Remember, they were 1-1. Texas has overtaken them there as Texas just hitting the cover off the ball. In their last 3 starts, Louis Varland, 2-1, 6 innings pitched, 1.06 whip, 2.50 ERA. Zach Eflin, 3-0, are the Rays when he goes 6 2/3, a 0.85 whip, and a 3.15. Right now, your line is Tampa Bay minus 188, comeback plus 160 on the Minnesota Twinkies. I can't lay that number with the Rays, not the way Varland's been pitching his last 3. So this is going to be a pass. And now, unless I know for sure Correa and Buxton are in the lineup and I'm getting plus 160 with the way Varland's been pitching, I may look to the Twinkies there. Next in the rotation, 9-6-9, the Detroit Tigers versus 9-7-0, the Philadelphia Phillies. Tyler Alexander, the southpaw, get the call for the Tigers. Tawan Walker, who's been all over the place for the Phillies. Phillies minus 210, plus 177 on the comeback for the Tigers. Alexander 1-0 with a 6.38 ERA, averaging an inning and 2/3, so more of a bullpen guy. And Walker, who's really struggled, 4-3 with a 5.65, 1.45 whip, 4 2/3 innings pitched. You're over under set at 9. Tigers have lost 4 in a row, and 0-4 in Alexander's last 4 starts on a Tuesday. He is not a Taco Tuesday kind of guy. Phillies 4-0 in their last 4 interleague games and 4-0 in their last interleague home games. Tigers, like we said, they're 0-4 in the last 4 meetings. Injury report, Baum has that hamstring that's been ailing him with the Phillies, so he's out indefinitely. He got hurt there over the weekend. Looking at Walker in his last 3, 2-1, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 1.31 whip, 3.38 ERA. So he has looked better as of late. Alexander hasn't pitched yet this year, but in all of his previous starts, the Tigers are 3-7. He's obviously never faced the Phillies. Walker's last outing out was June 1st against the Mets. They lost 4-2. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, only 2 strikeouts. Despite him having the rough ERA, and although the Phillies are still 4 wins, 2 losses in his last 6, and he's won all 3 of his previous starts against the Tigers. With that being said, though, there's no way I'm laying 210 with Walker. Just not going to do it. Again, when you're betting baseball, you got to be real careful because it's easy to say, well, this team should win. But as we saw in the hockey playoffs, which really got us in this hole that we've almost dug out of now, is you go laying these high lines thinking, oh, they're the better team, and the juice will start to stack up on you. So, again, I like to try to stay under that $1.50. If I can find dogs, obviously that's even better. But you want to stay, in that range. Even yesterday, I almost didn't give out the Rangers because it opened $1.24. By the time we got to it, it was $1.45, and I was like, everybody's on Texas. But St. Louis is just so erratic, and it worked out. But St. Louis made a charge there, tied at 3-3 in the 8th, and I was like, here we go again because, as you guys know, if you've been following, we've lost 16 games in the 9th inning or extra innings so far this year. Not that I'm keeping track, 2 wins, 16 losses. Get half those losses back. If I was just 8-8 there over those 16, it's a 16 game unit swing. So, 9-6-7, the Kansas City Royals facing 9-6-8, the Miami Marlins. Marlins minus $1.52, plus 130 on the comeback. Zach Greinke will get the call for the Royals. Jesus Luzardo, the southpaw, will get the call for the Marlins. Your over-under is setting at 8. Greinke 1-5 with a 4.19 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched. Luzardo 4-4 with a 4.05, 1.35 WHIP, averaging 5 2/3. Again, your over/under set 8. The under 3-0-1 in Greinke's last 4 road starts. The Marlins have won 4 in a row. The over is 5-0 in the Marlins' last 5 games following a win. Royals 5-2 in their last 7 meetings in Miami. These two offenses abysmal. Royals 26th, Marlins 27th in the league. So nothing to write home about there and whatsoever. In their last 3, when Greinke pitches, the Royals are 0-3. He's averaged 5 1/3, 0.83 WHIP, 1.72. So them not winning hasn't been because of him. It's because of that, beautiful 26th ranked offense they got. Jeez. Luzardo 1-2, 5 innings pitched, 1.30 WHIP, 7.04 ERA. So he struggled a little bit here down the stretch. The Royals have lost Greinke's last 4 starts despite that good ERA, and they're 3-7 the last 10 that he goes. Against the Marlins, he lost his last start when he was with the D-backs back in 19. Again, trends from way back doesn't work in baseball like it works in football. We use those a lot, but before that, he had won 7 in a row. And again, Luzardo, the Marlins are 3-2 in his last 5 starts. He's never faced the Royals. My lean here would definitely be to take the Royals plus money. There's no way a guy that's got a 7 ERA in his last 3, I'm going to lay over $1.50. No way. I wouldn't do that if it was freaking Verlander or whoever is good out there. Garrett Cole, I'm just not doing it. So the Royals would definitely, it's either you take the Royals here or you don't play the game, right? So, and I think that's the thing we forget sometimes as bettors is, oh, hey, you like this game? You like this game? Do you like this game? Look, the greatest advantage we have of being gamblers is we don't have to make a bet. We can pick and choose. We can take a day off. Again, everybody's like, want to win. Look, 2-0 last night. I think I got 2 text messages. God, if I go 1-3, people are jumping out of windows. You know what I mean? I mean, the shrinks in this country love me when I go 1-3. Business picks up for them. So again, you can't ride that emotional roller coaster. Bad stuff's, again, it's so much like life. I think we don't understand it because I think people are too addicted to the rush of gambling rather than addicted to, hey, I'm using this as a vehicle to make money. It is like a stock market. You can make a living doing this. You can make a lot of side money doing this. I think a lot of people misconstrue that because of discipline and they just can't stand to win, not be able to win every night. And it's impossible, guys. It's like I was texting the guy this morning early, respond to a late text he sent me last night. Look, 13 years in a row, 150 games over 500. Now, was my goal to dig a hole April and May to start the year to dig out of? No, I would have liked to have been about 15, 20 over and had a nice cushion. So is not the case. Just means I got to work harder. You know what I mean? For those of you that hopped off, shame on you, right? So I told you where I was going to be. If you can't follow the process that far through, I don't know what to tell you, man. Again, would you call up your guy with your 401k at Merrill Lynch or Edward Jones or whatever and tell him, hey, I want to take all my money out today? I mean, unless you had a life-changing event and you just had to. No, you wouldn't. So again, patience and discipline, and that's what's going to win in sports wagering long term, is patience and being smart and having rules and not jumping at everything and not, okay, I lost a game at 7:00. Let me find one late night baseball to make up for it. No, if you didn't like it at the beginning and you only played the one, take your 0-1 and live to fight another day. As long as the good Lord lets you wake up the next day, no harm, no foul. Guess what? If you don't wake up, well, that loss really didn't mean anything anyway. So that's my lesson for the day. 7:05 Eastern Time, the Arizona D-backs, rotation number 951, face the Washington Nationals, 952. Tommy Henry, the southpaw, get the call for the D-backs. Jake Irvin will get the call for the Nats. Nats plus 125. Arizona laying minus 145 on the road. Your over-under is set at 9.5, juiced 119 to the over. Henry, 3-1 with a 3.73 ERA, 1.24 whip, averaging 5 innings pitched. Irvin, 1-3 with a 5.67 ERA, 1.63 whip, averaging 4 2/3. The over, 5-0-1 in Henry's last 6 starts. The over, or last 6 road starts, I apologize. The Nationals 0-4 in Irvin's last 4 starts. And the Nats are 0-8 in their last 8 games when the total is set between 7 and 8.5. Not very good. D-backs 6-2 the last 8 meetings against the Natitude Nationals. 6th ranked offense in the league here for the D-backs, 19th ranked defense. Washington 21st in offense, 24th in defense. So definitely have struggled there. In his last 3 starts, the D-backs are 2-1 in Henry starts. He's went 5 2/3, 1.10 whip, 3.12 ERA. Jake Irvin, why he's not back in the minors at this point, they're 0-3. He's got a 2.06 whip and a 7.71 ERA. Not much to say there except, dude, get your life together. Henry's faced the Nationals 1 time back May 6th this year. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. But the bullpens got funky in this one late. But Arizona got the win 8-7 over the Washington Nationals. Irvin has never faced the Arizona Diamondbacks. Again, Diamondbacks laying $1.46 right now on the road. Yeah, look, I hate laying wood on the road. It's a rule I try to stay away from as much as possible. But I would lean D-backs here without a doubt. 9-7-1, the Oakland A's versus 9-7-2, the Pittsburgh Pirates. A's will send James Capriella. Mitch Keller will be on the mound for the Pirates, though. Mitch Keller, he's been seeing the zone real nice. Okay. Capriella's 0-6 with an 8.12 ERA, averaging 3 2/3. Mitch Keller 7-1 with a 3.25 ERA, going 6 1/3. Pirates minus 230, comeback plus 195 on the A's. There's no way I'm laying 230. But look, yesterday I said I had to lean with the A's, and they were up 3-0. I was like, oh man, I should have played that. Well, no, the A's showed up. Pirates came back, and they were able to get on top of them and win 4-3. But look, if you, I can't even go into anything that high. I mean, again, I know they're playing the A's, but just not something there I want to do. Now, if you want to look for somebody to parlay the Pirates with, you know, I could get down with that part, but I'm not laying 230. I'm just not doing it, even as bad as the A's suck. If you want to look at first 5, you know, Pirates first 5 innings, that could be a good way to go. I could get down with first 5 with the Pirates. Next on the scorecard, 9-6-1, the Chicago White Sox versus 9-6-2, the New York Yankees. Right now, Yankees minus 165, plus 140 on the comeback for the South Side boys. White Sox 26-35, 10-20 on the road. Yankees 36-25, 9-13 at home. Yankees have been red hot. They got Donaldson back. They got Stanton back. They're hitting the ball all over the yard. Judge, he's been a beast. The White Sox will send Lucas Giolito to the hill, 4-4 with a 4.08 ERA, 1.26 whip, averaging 5 2/3. The Yankees will send old Schmidt, 2-5 with a 5.01 ERA. Look, any game that's got Schmidt, there's no way I'm laying at $1.65. That guy blows. I'm not doing it. Not saying I'm taking Giolito, but I'm not doing it. Though the Yankees do have the travel coming back from LA on the off day yesterday. I mean, over under 8.5. Yankees 1-9 in Schmidt's last 10 starts with the total set at 7 to 8.5. This fits that bill again. Just another reason there is absolutely no way in the world that you can lay $1.65 with the New York Yankees. Just absolutely no way. The White Sox 4-11 the last 15 meetings, 16-36 their last 52 in New York. The Yankees bring the 10th ranked offense. White Sox got the 23rd ranked offense in Major League Baseball. Lucas Giolito in his starts, the White Sox in his last 3. The White Sox are 2-1 when he goes. He's averaged 5 innings pitched, 1.77 whip, 4.91 ERA. Clark Schmidt, when he goes, the Yankees are 1-2. He does have a 1.72 ERA his last 3. But look, when you were as bad as he was, I mean, there's nowhere to go but up, you know? Kind of like Chop says, when you're laying on the basement floor, there's only one way to go. So Schmidt has never faced the White Sox, and Giolito's faced the Yankees twice. He's 2-2 against them. His last start, though, came back August 15th of 2021 in a losing effort. Next on the docket, 9-6-3, the Houston Astros face 9-6-4, the Toronto Blue Jays. Right now in this one, Blue Jays minus $1.42. Comeback plus 120 with the Houston Astros. Your over-under sets at 8. Houston comes in 36-24, 18-10 on the road. They got one of those wins last night, absolutely beating the brains off the Blue Jays. Blue Jays 33-28, 15-11 at home. Brown 5-2 with a 3.61 ERA, 1.24 whip. He's averaging 5 2/3. The Blue Jays 4-3 with a 2.76 whip, or 2.76 ERA rather. I apologize. 1.12 whip, 6 1/3 innings pitched. Again, the over/under setting at 8. The Astros 6-1 in Brown's last 7 road starts. He's been pretty electric there. Let's see. Blue Jays 5-0 in their last 5 games with the total set between 7 and 8.5. The under 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in Toronto until last night's barrage. The Astros putting up 11 runs in that contest last night. I mean, they were just the Astros when they get going. Altuve, he's not going to be back till tomorrow. He's had problems with that oblique when he came back off the DL. 2 really good offenses here. Blue Jays 11th best at offense in Major League Baseball. The Astros got the 12th best in Major League Baseball. Hunter Brown, when he goes, the Astros are 2-1 in his last 3 starts. He's averaged 6 innings pitched, 1.02 whip, 4.08 ERA. Gausman, when he's went, the Blue Jays are 2-1, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 1.20 whip, a 1.35 ERA. Gausman's been electric. Can you imagine him on the Orioles? I mean, as good as the Orioles are playing, if they had Gausman back, I mean, I don't mind. When Hunter Brown goes in his last 10 starts, the Astros are 7-3. He's never faced the Bluebirds north of the border. Gausman, after losing 4 in a row, the Blue Jays have won his last 2 starts. And against the Astros all time, he's 2-4. The last start coming back April 17th of this year. The Astros won that outing 9-2. Gausman 4 2/3, 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He got the brakes beat off of him, boy. Gausman's been electric his last 3. He's the better pitcher, but by how much? You know, if you're telling me the way the Astros, you score 11 runs and I get plus 120. So if that ticks up, I mean, the Astros would definitely be the lean for me personally. 9-6-5, the Boston Red Sox facing 9-6-6, the Cleveland Guardians, the Indians. Guardians minus 124, comeback plus 106 on the Red Sox. Your over-under sets at 7.5, juiced minus 115 to the over. Red Sox come in 30-30, 30 for 30, 30-30, 13-14 on the road. The Guardians 27-32 because they can't score. 12-15 at home. James Paxton, the southpaw, will get the old rosin bag for the Red Sox. 1-1 with a 4.26 ERA, 1.26 whip, averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched. Shane Bieber, 4-3 with a 3.72. I just got no luck with Bieber, man. To be such a good pitcher, every time I take that guy, I lose. Your over-under, like I said, that's setting at 7.5, juiced minus 115 to the over. The over is 7-1 in the Red Sox last 8 Tuesday games. A lot of runs scored, a lot of homers. means everybody roids up on a Tuesday. They call it Roid Tuesday there in Boston. Guardians 5-0 in their last 5 games versus a left-handed starter, and 4-0 in their last 4 home games versus a left-handed starter. Red Sox 7-1 the last 8 in Cleveland, 13-5 the last 8 overall. Right now, Rosario, he's questionable, the shortstop with the Guardians with that knee that's been ailing him. Red Sox 4th ranked offense, Guardians 29th ranked offense. I mean, they just can't score. The only team worse than them at scoring the ball is daggone A's. In the last 3 starts, Paxton 1-2 with a 4.50 ERA, Bieber 2-1 with a 5.30. Paxton, in his last 6 starts, the Red Sox are 1-5, but against the Guardians, he's won his last 2. But the most recent one coming back on in 2019. All time when Bieber pitches against the Red Sox, his teams are 3-2. He did throw against them back April 28th of this year, a 5-2 win for the Guardians. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. So look, this one's a stay away for me. I could make a case for either side, and when I can do that, it's best I just say, yeah, no thank you. 9-5-3, the Los Angeles Dodgers, coming off that rough homestand where they just let the Yankees hit the ball all over the park. 7:10 Eastern time that gets underway. 9-5-3, the Dodgers versus 9-5-4, the Cincinnati Reds. Right now, Dodgers -$2 on the road, plus 169 on the comeback for the Cincinnati Reds. Dodgers 35-25, 15-15 on the road. Reds 27-33, 15-17 at home. Tony Gonsolin, the righty, will get the call, 3-1 with a 1.77 ERA, 0.9 WHIP. Luke Weaver for the Reds, 1-2 with a 5.36 ERA. Your over/under sits at 10.5, -105 to the over, -115 to the under. The over 3-0 in Gonsolin's last 4 starts during game 1 of a series. The Reds 5-1 in their last 6 Tuesday games, but 1-6 in their last 7 home games versus a team with a winning record. So they feast on the teams that don't have a good record. Dodgers 5-0 the last 5 meetings in Cincinnati. Again, can't take a whole lot of time on this. The Reds have played better as of late. But I mean, I guess if, just first thing that pops out is if you wanted to do a little parlay with the Pirates and Dodgers, I couldn't hate you for that. In their last 3 starts, Gonsolin 2-1, 5 2/3, 0.84 WHIP, 2.16 ERA. Gonsolin's always going to give you 4 to 6 good innings there. Luke Weaver, the Reds are 1-2 when he goes. He's averaged 5 1/3 over his last 3, 1.16, 3.86 ERA. So he hasn't been terrible. There's good value with the Reds plus the 169 also. Again, if you're going to play the Dodgers, I'd parlay it with the Pirates. If you're going to play the Reds, you got a nice ripe home dog. I'd say that 169 will probably go to like plus 175 by game time. So good value there. Mets plus 140 facing the Braves, minus $1.65. Bryce Elder gets the call for the Braves. Carlos Carrasco will get the rosin bag for the New York Mets. In this one, Mets bring in the 18th ranked offense. Braves got the 5th best offense in baseball. To me, this series, I always like to see how game 1 goes. This is a bitter rivalry. Just not something I want to get involved in game 1. Now, gun to my head, I would take the Braves. They had a little bit of a slump there with the A's and all. But look, I would definitely lean towards the Braves. That goes off at 7:21. 7:40 Eastern time. The Baltimore Orioles 9-7-3 visit the Milwaukee Brew Crew 9-7-4. Your Brewers minus $1.25, plus 110 on the comeback for the O's. They're the best team in town. Over under 8.5, juiced minus 115 to the over. The Orioles 37-22. They're just having a great year. 20-10 on the road, which is probably the most impressive part of that, to have that kind of road record. Most teams play better at home, but The O's are 17-12 at home, but 20-10 on the road is just extremely impressive. Brew Crew 16-12 at home. Kyle Gibson will get the call for the Orioles, 7-3 with a 3.89 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, averaging 6 innings pitched. Freddie Peralta, not the Freddie Peralta that we've usually seen. He's kind of backed down a little bit. 5-5 with a 4.62 ERA. Again, the over-under 8.5, juiced minus 115 to the over. Orioles 0-4 in their last 4 games following a win, and the under 4-0 in Gibson's last 4 starts versus a team with a winning record. The under 5-0-1 in the Brewers' last 6 Tuesday games. The under 5-0-3 in Peralta's last 8 Tuesday starts. The under 4-0-1 in the Brewers' last 5 interleague games. Orioles 0-5 the last 5 in Milwaukee and 1-7 over the last 8 meetings. So Baltimore, for whatever reason, has really, really struggled with Milwaukee. Baltimore's got that 7th ranked offense, 13th ranked defense. Brew Crew 25th ranked offense, 14th ranked defense in Major League Baseball. Over their last 3, Gibson 3-0, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 1.07 WHIP, 1.83 ERA. Freddie Peralta 1-2, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 1.74 WHIP, 6.28 ERA. So like I said, Peralta struggled a little bit. The Orioles have won Gibson's last 3 starts against the Brewers, and it's came with a myriad of different teams, Twins, Phillies that Gibson's pitched for. But when Gibson has pitched, his teams are 1-6 the last 7 against the Brew Crew. So just odd stat there. Peralta, as we said, over his last 9 starts, Milwaukee is 3 wins, 6 losses. He's never faced Baltimore. My initial gut would say you take Baltimore plus the 110, but Gibson's career against the Brewers and the Orioles' career against the Brewers leaves me a little bit of pause for concern there. So definitely some stuff to look at. Just got the lines up on this, so I don't have all the stats on it. But I will give you 9.75 the St. Louis Cardinals at 9.76 the Texas Rangers. Matthew Liberatore, the Southpaw, will go for the Cardinals. Dane Dunning will go for the Rangers. Rangers minus 152, plus 130 on the comeback for the Cardinals. Your over-under sets at 9.5, juiced minus 120 to the over. No opinion on that one. Texas, we got the win with them yesterday. Just not willing to go back down that road today. 9.57, the San Francisco Giants will visit 9.58. Colorado Rockies, Giants 29-30, 12-15 away. Rockies bringing a record of 26-35 rather. I apologize. 15 and 14 at home. Breba, the bullpen guy, will get the call for the Giants, 2-0 with a 3.80 ERA. Again, he's more of a bullpen guy. He's going to top out at 3 innings max if he can even get there. Lambert will get the call for the Rockies, 1-1, 5.40 ERA. Again, another bullpen guy. San Francisco laying $1.45, plus 122 on the comeback. Giants 13-3 the last 16 in Colorado, and 40-18 the last 58 meetings. I'm not interested in laying $1.45 with a bullpen guy, but look, gun to my head, over under set at 12, juiced minus 122 to the over. If I was going to play the game, I'd play the Giants, but I have no interest when you got 2 bullpen guys. I got absolutely none, zilch. Here's a good one I think that's intriguing when I looked at it. 9.77 the Chicago Cubbies against 9.78 the Los Angeles Angels. Angels minus 130, plus 110 on the comeback for the Cubbies. Cubbies just came off that big 4-game series with the Padres. Over under 9.5, minus 105. Juice to the under, minus 120. Hayden Wesniewski will get the call, the righty for the Cubs. Tyler Anderson, the Southpaw, will get the call for the Angels. Wesniewski 2-2 with a 4.81 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. Anderson 2-1 with a 5.47 ERA, 1.49 WHIP. The under 7-0 in the last cut under 7-0 in the Cubs' last 7 overall. Cubs in 6-1 the last 7 meetings. 5-1 the last 6 in LA. So they've really given it to the Angels. Rendon is supposed to be back tomorrow. Angels 8th ranked offense, Cubbies 20th ranked offense. In the last 3, Wisniewski 4.76 ERA, but he's 0-3. The Cubs are 0-3 when he goes. The Angels are 2-1 when Anderson goes. He's got a 6 flat ERA. I just got a gut here with the Angels minus the 130. I want to look at it deeper, but that when I saw it, just piqued my interest there. Last game on the board for the night, the Seattle Mariners 9-7-9 versus the San Diego Padres 9-8-0. This first pitch will be at 9:40 Eastern time. Padres minus $1.45 plus 120 on the comeback for the Mariners. Over under 7.5 juiced minus 110 to the over. Mariners 29-30 on the year, 12-15 away. Padres 28-32, 14-17 at home. Logan Gilbert will get the call for the Mariners, 3-3 with a 4.08 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, averaging 5 2/3. Joe Musgrove 3-2 with a 4.71 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 5 1/3 innings pitched. He'll get the rosin bag for the Padres. Mariners 0-4 in their last 4 road games. So they've struggled there a little bit. Under 5-0 in the Padres' last 5 home games versus a right-handed starter. But the over is 6-2 the last 8 between these teams. Crawford, shortstop for the Mariners, questionable with that knee injury still. Grisham, questionable today with that back injury. Of course, he's been a good pop at the bottom of that lineup for the Padres. Padres 24th ranked offense, Mariners 22nd ranked offense, not where you thought these two teams would be whatsoever offensively. Gilbert, in his last 3, the Mariners are 2-1 when he goes. He's averaged 6 innings pitched, 0.89 WHIP, 4.50 ERA. Musgrove 2-1 with a 5 2/3 innings pitched, 1.10 WHIP, 2.60 ERA. I think the Mariners coming back down to life here a little bit. Minus 142 with the Padres would be my lean. Just want to see how that unfolds. So again, nothing official, but these are my leans for the day. Padres minus 142, Angels minus 130, Orioles plus 110. I could see a little parlay with Dodgers and Pirates there. Astros plus 110, Royals plus $1.40. And the D-backs minus 143. Those would be my leans for today. Remember, there's so many doors to get closed in your face each and every day. Just walk down the hall. God's got another door. If the door that you wanted to get answered didn't get answered, it wasn't the right door for you, man. So just walk down the hall. God's got more doors and it's got the right door for you to walk through down there. And just like again, I always try to parallel this to sports betting. You got to stay cool, calm, and collective. You can't ride the day, the week, or the month. Oh, I've lost this much. Listen, if you're not willing to lose it to make it later, then you just shouldn't be doing it. Straight up. So be responsible, be disciplined. Y'all have a great Fat Tuesday. Get you some tacos on this Tuesday, and I love you, my winners. God bless.